Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you are tuning in. This is Unapologetically Me, featuring me. No special guest, just me. So this is going to be a quick one. I get emails all the time from many different people. I try my best to look at all of them. Some can get lost in the shuffle, but I have been getting a few emails that I wanted to address. This case has just really rocked my world. I mean, we had the Idaho 4 case I got pretty invested in the Kylie Rodney case as well. This has been different. I really jumped in head first with this. I was a little late, but because I'm getting so much response from you guys, it's helped me want to keep going forward and keep digging and keep looking for answers and just keep her name out there. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep looking because it can't be known that people are just going to get away with it anymore. The chances of getting away with a crime these days that ends up being a high profile type case is, I think it's very slim, because even if you're able to somehow get away with it, you're not really going to get away with it. I never like to accuse anyone of anything. I know what that feels like, being accused of something that you didn't do. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying these are the things that I'm finding. These are some things that other people are noticing, and I'm just bringing them to the attention of whoever watches these videos. Let's talk about the comments really quick so that I can get into this video. If you are making a comment and you are not seeing that comment, that is not me. And I've addressed this before, but I want to reiterate because I still see comments of people saying, oh, I left a comment and you deleted it. I will not delete a comment. If you're leaving a comment about the video that you're watching and you have a different opinion than I do, that's the whole point of my channel. I'm going to give you some information that I saw. I'm going to give you my opinion on my understanding of the information. And then you guys are going to create your own opinions. And if you feel like it, you're going to share them in the comment section. That's what I want. Okay? Whether you agree with me or you don't. I'm sure if you scroll through, you'll find people insulting me. And I don't remove anything. So if it's not there, that is not because of me. Another thing I want to say is I respond to most comments. I have always tried to do that while I still can. The more viewers you have, the more comments you're going to get. It's going to be harder to respond to everyone. When we go to answer comments, there's a published section, there's a I haven't responded to section, there's a hidden section, and there's a flagged section. For some reason, I will spend sometimes 10 minutes responding to a comment, and I'll go back, in later to look at comments later on in the day, and that comment still there is not responded to. And I'm sitting here like, I spent 10 minutes responding to that comment. So it's not just viewers' comments, it's our comments as well. And I'm sure other channels are having issues with it. I really don't watch any of the other channels because I don't want it to get in my head what they're thinking. Like, I really want to have my own authentic opinions about things, and I want to research things that my brain is saying need research, or where like I'm being pulled to look. So I don't really watch other people's stuff unless someone suggests, watch this, it says blah blah blah. But even then I don't necessarily, because I don't want it to interfere so much with what I'm thinking. The more minds on an investigation, the better. But if people just start feeding off of other people's content, there is always an area that's not looked at, I feel like. So if I'm being pulled to look at a certain area, I'm going to go there. All right. About the comments, that's not me. I just wanted to let you guys know. If you feel like you left a comment that should have gotten a response, you probably got one. Even my hearts, I've noticed I've hearted comments, and I go back and again, they're in my I have not responded to category. It's really getting frustrating for everybody, and I understand that. And what's crazy is I've never had this issue before. I have never had comments disappear the way they're disappearing with this case. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know if something is going on behind the scenes or if it's just YouTube is messing with stuff at this time. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the story with that. Now let's get on to the video. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is going to be a really short, quick one. I would suggest that you watch some of my other videos if you are new to the channel. I have been covering this case for several weeks now, and if you want to hear about what I have to say or what I've been thinking, go ahead and look back. It's all part of a playlist. Today I wanted to share some information that was sent to me in an email. This person looked into the caravan park And he found some things that appeared to stand out to him. And I would say, what I've learned from his research is it seems to be a bit convenient, to say the least. This person works in property law, so he does know about these types of things. And he also did a paid search looking at legal documents. So this is not just random information circulating the internet. This is actual documents proving that this happened. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the lady in red, where she was when the photo of her that was used to appeal for her to come forward was taken. On February 2nd, the British media put out an appeal to find this mystery witness in a red coat, or the lady in red, who was allegedly seen on Allotment Lane. It was in every British newspaper and news channel, and many people were talking about it on YouTube as well. This is just one of the photos taken from The Independent of the lady in red, which we now know is Christine Bauman. We also know that she made a statement saying how she was confused about why this appeal was even made, because she had already spoken to police the very morning that Nicola went missing. And she was also probably confused because of another thing, which we're going to talk about shortly. Mike is the name of the person that sent me the email, and he said that he studied that image of Christine Bauman to kind of figure out whose camera it came from, which CCTV camera the still came from. And there's no Google Street View of Allotment Lane, because it's a private road. But on this video, Curtis walks past that spot. Looking at the photo, Mike was able to work out from the angles of the gate post and the fence that Christine was standing where he marked the yellow X, and the camera was on this property, roughly at the spot where Mike put this green X. The property is a semi-detached bungalow. And using land registry maps, he was able to find an exact reference for the bungalow highlighted in green on this map. This was its reference. He then decided to find out more about that property. And so he did a paid search on that property with the land registry to find out who owns it. The land registry is the UK government's registry of property and land ownership. So the property is called Fell Garth, number 3, Allotment Lane, and it's co-owned by Rupert Fletcher, who is Penny's son, and Rebecca Darnbrook, who is Penny's daughter. And this is the land registry search that Mike did. So while looking at this, Mike remembered that Oliver Fletcher's CV, which he actually deleted from his website soon after Nicola disappeared. And Fell Garth is the address on his CV. So here's the thing. The Fletchers own that property. It seems that Oliver lives there, and his dad and aunt own it. Oliver's stepmother, Anne Marie Fletcher, who lives at the caravan park, is actually friends with Christine Bauman on Facebook, and they've been friends since before Nicola's disappearance. One example is this post of Christine's dog that was liked by Anne Marie in July of 2022, but there are many more interactions between them other than that. Why did the Fletchers put out a CCTV image from their own property, sparking a national appeal to find a quote-unquote woman in red when they had to have already known who she was? Because Anne Marie is Rupert's wife. Rupert is in charge of the CCTV cameras at the caravan park, which we've known from the beginning. He's the one who provided the police with that image of Christine Bauman, and allegedly all the images captured from his cameras. So his wife is friends with Christine. How many of you guys don't know who your wives or significant others are friends with? I mean, yes, it's possible. I don't know all of my significant other's friends, but I do know the ones that he's in contact with most. And I would be able to recognize them if I saw them on surveillance videos from my own home. Right? And allegedly Christine Bauman walked her dog down Allotment Lane every single day. So if Anne Marie knew Christine, you would think that Rupert or Oliver also at least recognized her or would have checked with Anne Marie before making such a big deal out about it. And I think one of the most important questions is, and one that everybody has had from the beginning, is why has nothing else been released from that CCTV camera? From the period of 9:10 to 10:50. That camera had to have picked up more than just Christine. At least one vehicle must have gone past, and Nicola could have been inside one of those vehicles. Could it be possible that they put out a fake appeal to find Christine Bauman as a distraction, like a red herring? Because they already knew Christine hadn't seen what happened to Nicola. They knew that Christine's daily dog walk routine didn't even take her past the bench. Was this to create an illusion that they were being diligent? Like, we checked our CCTV and this is all we have. I will leave you to draw your own conclusions, but as I've said from the beginning, it appears people are playing games here. Whether it's the police themselves, the Fletchers, who knows? Now, it's going to get even more interesting here. Mike did that first land registry search on April 15th, and 6 days later, he went on there again and entered the exact same property reference, and that property had changed its name. It's now called Auckland instead of Felgarth. So somebody actually changed the name of the property in the space of 6 days, but it didn't change ownership. The number 3 has also been removed from the address. So it appears that the property has effectively been anonymized or de-identified, as Mike put it in his email to me. Is this because the authorities can see that someone did a search on it on April 15th and they're trying to cover something up? Neither Mike nor I have a theory to explain any of this, but it's apparent that something really strange is going on. For someone to change the name of the property on a land registry computer, it's hard not to think that the police or the government or someone higher up is involved. For context, records on the land registry cannot be easily changed. As I stated at the beginning, Mike works in property law, and to change the name of a house is an extremely slow and bureaucratic process in the UK. It involves making applications to the local council for permission, then the land registry, then Royal Mail, etc. Then you face the additional work of informing your bank, your mortgage provider, utility companies, insurance companies, driver's license, health providers, all of that to change your address. So basically, it's like you move. It raises a question. Why? Why change the name and why now? As Mike said in his email to me, I can think of no innocent explanation. I can only assume that the name change process was instigated and fast-tracked by someone in a position of power. And I would have to agree with that. So what do you guys think of this? How do you feel about it? Many of you have really had an eye on the caravan park from the beginning. And I agree. There's something just shady about it. Does anyone know anything about this? What does this mean? I looked a little bit more into it and I just, like my brain just, I can't go any further. Let me know what you think of this. Leave your comments below and I will talk to you guys on the next one.